Good morning, everybody. It's Miss Joanne. Yay, again, no mask, but I'd rather see you guys in person. So I'd rather wear the mask because I miss all of you. I know I say that every time, but it's true. I have a very boring life, and you guys add to it a lot. Um, Today I thought we'd do things just a little differently because usually we do morning group, we read a story, and then when there's time, do some kind of shapes, counting, number, something like that. But I thought today we'll do a little bit of a morning group, but we'd also focus on first on things like colors and numbers, and shapes, and then if we have time, move on to reading. Hope that's okay. So here's our chart from yesterday. Yesterday was Tuesday, so we have to change that up here. Yesterday was Tuesday, so let's find out the rest of the days. Days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week. There's Sunday and there's Monday, there's Tuesday and there's Wednesday, there's Thursday and there's Friday, and then there's Saturday. Days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week. So, yesterday was Tuesday, so we have to go, there's Sunday and there's Monday, there's Tuesday and there's, so what does that make today? There's Sunday and there's Monday, there's Tuesday and there's Wednesday. Wednesday. I hate when I do that. Today is Wednesday. Whoa. Starts with a W. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's what W is. I've tried to do something a little different with lights in here. And so I hope it makes the picture a little brighter than it seems like it is here. We need those good fluorescent lights at school. I don't like those lights. So if today's Wednesday, what will tomorrow be? That's the day after today. There's Sunday, I'm not going to mess it up this time. There's Sunday and there's Monday, there's Tuesday and there's Wednesday. Is it Thursday? Or is it Saturday? There's Sunday and there's Monday, there's Tuesday and there's Wednesday, there's Thursday and there's Friday, or is it there's Sunday and there's Monday, there's Tuesday and there's Wednesday, there's Friday and there's Saturday, and then there's, well, that's the end of the song. Did either sound better? Thursday or Saturday? Well, if you said Thursday, my friends, you would be right. Today is Wednesday and tomorrow is Thursday. We also know some of the stuff is hard to get off the shelf over here. We also know that it's the month of January. There are 12 months of the year. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, and then I have to go back on because I only have 10 fingers, October, November, December. But now we just turned into the new year of 2022, so it's January, the first month of the year. But what day is it? Oh, I don't know. I don't still have that piece of paper. We said that yesterday was the 11th. Oh, there it is. Good. So today is Monday. If you see this, I know it's a light color. Monday was the 10th of January. Yesterday, or Tuesday, was the 11th. We're in the tens now, so every number has a 1 in front of it. So we just count up with the second number. So that would mean this one starts with a 1, like all the rest, but what's the next number? Let's count that number and see. 0, 1. What comes after 1? too. If you thought that, great job. If not, that's why we practice all the time with that, right? That's how we learn things. We keep repeating them and practicing them. You don't just wake up one morning and say, oh, I can speak French. Nope, we have to learn how to do it. So, I haven't been out yet, but I just heard the wind. Let's see, I thought it gave the temperature down yet. Oh, it's 35. It's warmer than yesterday already. So let's do our weather. So we know it's a little warmer, but 35 is still cold, very, very cold. I just heard the wind howling by my window a little while ago and it's like, yikes, I don't want to go out there. Unfortunately, I have to later on. But if you can see outside, is it raining? Is water coming from the sky? No. Is it sunny? The weather on the computer right here, which is what I was looking at, says mostly sunny, which means there might be a little bit of clouds here and there, but mostly it's going to be sunny today. Yay! I just love sunny weather. Unless it's 100 degrees out, then not so much. I know some people really like that weather. No, thanks. And it is the season of, winter. Leaves are gone, most of them. There's snow, well, I don't know if there's little bits of snow here and there. Most of it melted away already, but it's not going to melt now with how cold out it is, because I'm sure the wind chill factor is probably less than 35. So let's just say it's cold. So we were going to let's work on some of our, a couple of our shapes first. Sorry, I should go to the dollar store and get some little buckets to put them all in over here. If it's still $1, I don't know, it might have gone up to $1.25 by now. So I thought right now we could start with one of these two shapes. We could start with the square. The square has 4 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're all the same length. You can turn it any which way and it'd be the exact same thing. Or we could start with the circle. It's very, it's upside down too. It's very light because it's yellow, and in this light, which one would you like to start with? Would you like to start with square or circle? Well, my top paper right here just happens to have circle. So I think that I'm going to start with that one as soon as I find my little page protector I took out. What did I do with it? I'm going to put you on pause because I don't know. Found it. I was looking for this because I can write on it with our with my dry erase markers, because I don't have these pages laminated. I don't know why I didn't, but I didn't. I think because I was thinking maybe I should color these all in. But then I thought that maybe we could just do that together as soon as I get this inside here. Having some mechanical difficulties today. There we go. We are working with the circle. So we want to, is that better? No. Is that better? Let me shut that light off, see if that helps. Oh, that looks a little better. So we are working with this on the circle. It says to find and color all the circles. So let's see, I'm going to use a little bit darker color so we can see them. Because if I did yellow like our color, it'd be hard. And the first color I grab is, do you know what that color is, anybody? That's the color green. Green. So we're going to look on this page and we're going to look for all the circles. From here on down, we know that those are circles because it's telling us what to do. So why don't we start here and go across and kind of make rows out of it as much as we can. So we can know where we've been and where we haven't on the paper. So let's go to this first one. Does that look like a circle right there? Is that the same, but, well, smaller? Yes, it is. So we're going to color that orange. Green, sorry. Oh, it's a very light green. Let's see. Can you see it? Oh, yeah, that's okay. You can still see it. My coloring's not the best, but let's go to the next. Is that the same? No. That right there is a square. So we don't color that in. Okay, we're over to the next one. All the way, this big, huge one right here in the corner. Is that the same? Is that a circle? Keep forgetting I have these here too. So if it's either yes, that's a circle, or no, that's not a circle. So it'd be yes or no. Or we use our heads too. Yes, we nod our head up and down, and if it's no, we turn it from side to side. No. So that is yes, that's a circle. This one's bigger and it's going to take a little bit more to color it in. I always thought I could be one of those telephone operators that has to keep you talking while they're doing something else. So now we're kind of down here. Is that a circle? It has rounded edges like a circle, but it's not quite the same. It's a little different because this right here, my friends, is an oval. Well, they have it facing this way. Well, they have it facing like that. And that's an oval, and an oval is kind of like a circle that you've squished part of it down. So that's not a circle. Oh, you know what? So we know where we've been. We'll put X's on the ones that are not. How's that? So let's go over to this one. Is that a circle? Does it look the same? No, that, my friends, is a probably should just get some stuff and Velcro this all onto things for myself. A rectangle. See how familiar how much they look alike? I mean, one's smaller and everything, but they have 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, like your square, but 2 sides are longer than the others. So here's the thing. All squares can be considered rectangles because they have 4 sides, but not all rectangles are squares. I think I said that right. So we're going to put a big no on that one. So far we have 1, 2. We have 2. What did I do with my numbers? Oh, good. I got that on me. Yay. We have our penguin numbers. I don't know if you remember, but last year, Miss Joanne likes penguins. So far we have 1, 2. We have 2 circles. And 1, 2, 3. My circle just fell down. And we have, that's the number 4. These must not be in order. 3. We have 3 shapes that are not circles. 3 shapes. 1, 2, 3. If I didn't need that card, I would have just left it on the floor for now. But, okay, let's move on to the next. We'll go to this one kind of here in the middle. This little one right here. Can you see it? Does that look like a circle? Is that the same? Yes or no? If you said yes, you're right. I'm going to color it in. And I'm coloring fast. I'm not staying in the lines. Oh well. I'll have to go back to coloring book school. And what's this tiny, tiny, tiny one over here? That's like a little baby. I think that's, besides this one, they're like the smallest one on there. But just because it's small doesn't mean it's a circle. Do we know what that is? It's not a circle. It's another square. It's hard to hold all this stuff and be able to show it to you all. So we're going to put an X on that because that is not a circle. Ugh, what fell down now? Oh, the cap. What about this? You know what? I think we've done enough circles. Let's move on to a different shape, because if I do all of them, all the papers that I have, all the shapes that I have on there, I got myself. I hope I can get that off. We'll never be able to move on. So let's move on to a different, oh my God, everything's falling down all around me. Hopefully not on the walls of my house. So we were doing, next week, I showed you but I gotta erase them. I hope it's as easy to clean my blouse as it is that I just got the color off of that. I'll take this one out because you can see it. Now we're gonna do squares. Remember we talked about them? They have 1, 2, 3, 4. Four sides. What color would you like to do our squares? So many colors. Where are our colors? Oh, right there. We can do red. We could do blue. Which color would you like to do next? Blue or red? Except for that's purple. It looked blue. Blue or red? Blue? All right, let's do blue. I don't know if I had the same exact color blue, but let me open up my little box of dry erase markers. Did I put that green? Oh no, here it is. I just want to make sure I put the other one away so I don't lose it. We said we wanted to do blue. So there's my blue marker. So we are looking for squares. And remember, we're going to X out the ones that are not squares. Let's start right here. The first little one right there. This one. Is that a square? We were just working on what that is. That is a circle. So it is not a square. We're going to put an X on that. How about that? Is that a square? It's the same thing. It's a circle just like that one. They're trying to trick us. What's this one? Is that the same? Is that a square? Does it have 4 sides? 4 equal sides? Yes, it does. It's a square. So let's color that in. Our pretty blue. Oh, the blue is pretty. Isn't that pretty? I like blue. Let's go right below there and see what this is. Ooh. Is that a square? No. We saw that a little while ago on the other page. That's the oval. See, it's the same thing. It fits right over it. Like I said, the oval is like a circle but flattened in the top and bottom, so it still goes kind of round on the sides. So that is not a square. How about this? Is that a square right in the middle? What do you think? Tell me what you guys think. Is that a square? Does it have 4 sides that are the same side? 4 sides that are the same size. I was getting my words mixed up. Yes, that is a square. I don't remember which one I was doing, so I'm going to do these both. These both were squares because I couldn't remember which one. I think I was doing the big one. So now let's count on this one how many we have of each. Let's see. Let's do our squares first, okay? So we are going to count the number of squares on there. 1, 2, 3. 3 squares. Let's find our number 3. 3. My friend Mr. Penguin says 3. 1, 2, 3. I don't know. And how about non-squares? The shapes that are not squares. 1, 2, 3. It's the same number. It's 3. Wow. That was pretty good. We're going to do one more shape, okay? So I'm going to stop with that one right there. I'm going to erase it. I have to erase all the blue off of there. And we're going to put a different one in here. And I think I'll do this one next. I'm just kind of doing them in the order that they were on my table. Maybe next time we can do this, we'll do the other shapes. We won't do circle, square, and this shape, so we can have something different. Now we are doing, what's that? It has 1, 2, 3 sides. It's our triangle, because try right here, whoops, right there means 3. It has 3 sides, 1, 2, 3. Now on this one, the sides don't have to be all the same length. They have it like that here because it's easier, but they can be different lengths. So what color would we like to do our triangle? We did blue, we did green. How about, would you like to do red? Okay, this is the color red. Kind of like my nails. I have to get a fill. So we are doing red triangles. Let's start right in the middle. What's that big one? Right there in the middle. They're almost the same exact size even. Maybe can we see this one behind that? The color? No, not really. So is that a triangle? It sure is. Let's do that, our pretty shade of red. Our triangle. Let's go this way. What does that look like? It's small. How many sides does it have? Does it look like this? Well, like this? It's another triangle. It's just facing a different way, but it's still a triangle. How about this? Do we remember what that is? Is that a circle or is that a square? It's a circle. So that is not our triangle. No, let's put a big X through that. How about right here? Is that a triangle? Well, let's see. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. I don't know. I think on a triangle we have 3. 1, 2, 3. Our triangle has 3 sides. 1, 2. Now we're getting a glare from outside. So this does not. How many sides does this have? This has 1, 2, 3, 4. That is not a triangle. It is a, well, this is the same. It's a square. So we're going to put an X through that one. X marks a square. That is not a triangle. How about down here? Well, let's count how many sides it has. 1, 2, 3. One, two, three. Is that the same as this triangle? 1, 2, 3. So is that indeed a triangle? Yes, it is. Color that in. How about this? Well, how many sides does that have? It has 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, let me make my 4 just a little bit better. So this one has 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. And our triangle only has 1, 2, 3. So that is not a triangle. That was a rectangle. And you can see these shapes all over the place. I bet if you look around your house, you can find things that are similar. Let me see here. I don't know if I... Here I'm saying I bet you can find things that are similar. Well, here we have a square. It's a picture of little birds. That's a square. Above me, well, that looks a little bit more rectangular. Do I have any... I don't know if I have any triangles right here, but I have a coaster right here, and that's a circle. It's all one line that goes around and around. This is stuff I brought home with me. There's a triangle. 1, 2, 3 sides. What else? I have a bunch of flowers here. Now, these aren't squares or rectangles, but if you look at the bottom of it, it's a circle, just like this is. They're both circles. They're just made out of different things. I'm trying to see if I have anything that would be... No, I don't really. So those are some things that we have. I just need to get my throat dry. The dog mug. I don't know how well you can see it. It's a Maltese. We used to have a Maltese. Oh, she was such a good dog. So let's finish with shapes for now and move on. We did a little bit of colors too. I'll have to put all the stuff away. But you know what I did not do though? I did not bring a book over here with me. They're right here. Let me just grab one. Hopefully one's a short one. This will be good. I don't know if you remember, but those of you who were in school that day, we got to watch Clifford, the big red dog movie on the TV in classroom. I got the TV and I hooked up my stuff so we could get Paramount, which is the station that it was on, and we got to see Clifford. And this is a book about Clifford. The little, not big, little or small, red sled, and that's what he's sitting in, and you go sliding down hills in that when there's snow outside. And this is a scholastic book. It's one of those that you can buy through schools when they have their book fairs. I don't know if there's anything about authors. Oh yeah, by Tisha Hamilton, and it's illustrated by Steve, oh my God, Hofett. And obviously it's based on the Clifford the Big Red Dog series. You can't really see their names and stuff, but... So let's find out what happens. Go far away so maybe you can see the whole picture, and then we'll zoom in so you can see it better. But there's the kids outside. There's snow, but it looks like it's sunny because it has the sun up there. But they do have their hats. and their mitten. Let me see if I can get a big picture. She has mittens on her hands. Some kids have scarves. They have coats on. You have to dress really warm outside when it's cold. In wintertime, Clifford and Emily Elizabeth, and that's Emily Elizabeth, and that's Clifford, loved to go sledding. Apparently a lot of her friends did too. How many people are sledding? We don't see them on a sled right now, so we're not going to count them, but let's see how many people are 1, 2, 3. Oh, he cut some air. 4. Well, he was 5. And he has a sled up there. He's not sledding yet, but he has it. 6. Let's find our number 6 in our penguins. There are 6. Penguins sometimes slide on their bellies in the ice and snow. They'll slide along and go right into the water. They're so cool. I'm going to go to the library and get a penguin book. Soon Clifford grew cold from his nose to his toes. I can't get my legs all the way up there, but you can see these little lines. They mean he's shaking. Ooh! So even though he has a big fur coat on, he's still cold. Ooh! And Emily Elizabeth says, "You're shivering. It's time to go." She snuggled Clifford into her scarf, and they headed home to have hot cocoa. Well, that's nice, but Clifford can't have cocoa because he can't have chocolate. That's not good for dogs, but it's a cute story. She's such a good friend to Clifford. She noticed that he's cold, and even though she was still having fun, she said, "Let's go home because that's what's best for you, Clifford, my friend." Oh, so good. In their hurry to go home, they forgot Rosebud on the hill. Uh-oh, who's Rosebud? As the days went by, the snow melted and Rosebud slipped further down the slope. I wonder if that's the name of the sled. Soon it was on the sidewalk. There's the hill you come down, and then there's the sidewalk that people walk on. Mr. Sidarsky found it. What's Mr. Sidarsky? He looks like a little mouse. "I can't believe someone is throwing this out," he squeaked. Well, now I know he's a mouse because they said he squeaked, and mouses squeak. So he thinks somebody lost it and doesn't want it anymore. Oh, look what he did with it. He took it home. That night, the Sidarskys relaxed in their brand new heated swimming pool. So they have warm water in it, so it's nice and warm, and they all get to go in and swim. Let's see how many people are in that family. I believe that's Mr. Sidarsky and probably Mrs. Sidarsky, and then the kids. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 people in their family. Growing up, I had 5 people in my family. My parents, and a brother and a sister, and myself. Upstairs, Emily Elizabeth was thrilled that it was snowing again. "We can go sledding today," she told Clifford. "Where's your sled?" Because she has hers right there, but hers is... But where's his? Uh-oh, Clifford thought. Where was Rosebud? He's looking all over. Is he under the table? Is he behind you guys? Look behind you. Nope. Is he in your lap? Where's Rosebud? Clifford looked everywhere. He's looking in the laundry. But Rosebud was gone. Do you think that's going to make him sad that he can't find Rosebud? I think so. I would be sad too. He asked his friends, because that's what you do. You help friends out. I haven't seen a sled anywhere, said Zoe. Or a rosebud, said Flo. They are helping their friend. Or trying to anyways. Let's see, says Jorge. Is it red? Yes, answered Clifford. He's getting all excited like dogs do sometimes. Yes, it's red, yes. Is it round? Asked Jorge. It is! That's it! Shouted Clifford. Oh, he's so excited. I don't think I have I don't have a card for excited. I'm going to have to get one from Miss Cindy. He's very excited. He thinks that means Jorge knows where it is. Nope, I haven't seen it, said Jorge. Aww. He was just so excited and happy. And now he's sad again. Oh, poor Clifford. Your sled will turn up, Daffodil promised. He has a lot of friends. I just know it will. Why don't you ask Norville? Well, let's see. He has Jorge, who is a dog. He has two cats named Flo and Zoe. And now he's asking, and then he has Daffodil, the bunny rabbit. Now he's going to go ask Norville. And Norville is a big bird, like a parrot-sized bird. Although not all parrots are really big. I know what happened to your sled, Norville told Clifford. Clifford smiled and wagged his tail. He'd be like this, wagging his tail. What? He asked. Someone stole it, said Norville. Oh, if someone stole your favorite thing, would you be sad? Yeah. Would you maybe be angry or mad? Yeah. It's not right to take other people's things. You can share, but you have to ask. It probably doesn't make him very happy. He's not happy. That's so sad. Clifford didn't think anybody would be mean enough to steal his sled. He headed downstairs to ask the Sadarskys if they had seen it. He's going down the stairs, and what does he see? The Sadarskys are the mice. He looks happy there. We'll focus in on him right now. You had my rosebud all along, asked Clifford, laughing. You mean our swimming pool is your rosebud? Replied the Sadarskys, giggling. Giggling is like laughing. I love it when you guys giggle. So Clifford and the Sadarskys made a deal. The mice kept Rosebud whenever Clifford wasn't using it, and Clifford always knew where to find his sled. And look, they're even drying it off for him. Wow! Clifford went sledding on Rosebud whenever it snowed, except when he shared the big sled with Emily Rose. Wow! What good friends! They both wanted it, and Clifford, who owned it, had every right to keep it. It was nice to a friend to say, oh, if I'm not sliding, you guys use it for your pool. That's fine with me. And then when it snowed, he took it back so he could go sledding. Nice, nice friends. That's what you guys are all learning and becoming. and it's so great to see. That's it for today. I'll see you tomorrow. I miss seeing you in person, though. I hope everyone's well. Bye.